Hi, my name is Gracie X, and I decided to write a blog and do a video on why Newt Gingrich is not my role model for open marriage. And this came about because I was Googling open marriage, and Newt's name came up around that whole fiasco that happened several years ago, and it was jarring. I had this response like, oh yeah, Newt, open marriage. It was like Googling German doctor and having Joseph Mengele's name come up, you know? Oh, you're like, whoa, I guess he's went to medical school, but did he practice medicine? Could that be called practicing medicine? And that's kind of how I felt about Newt. Like, is anything he did in the realm of what I would call open marriage? So I decided to write about it because I think that is what a lot of people in America think that open marriage is all about. And what popped into my head when I was reading through it, and I will get into what actually happened in case you don't know, the phrase ethical non-monogamy. It's a bit of a mouthful. Ethical non-monogamy. The key word here is ethical. You're in non-monogamous situations, whatever they may look like, but you're doing it honestly and consensually, and this has nothing to do with what happened between Marianne and Newt. Marianne, his second wife, he's on his third now. I will read from an interview that she gave to Nightline. This is all on my blog, linked to my, if you want the link to the actual article, look on graciex.com under this blog, Why Newt Gingrich Isn't My Role Model for Open Marriage. So she says, I said to him, Newt, we've been married a long time. And he said, yes, but you want me all to yourself. Callista doesn't care what I do. Okay. Bookmark that, okay? We're going to get back to that one. Newt, who had already left Congress, was asking that I accept the fact that he has somebody else in his life, Marianne said. He was asking to have an open marriage, and I refused. So I would just, right there, he was asking to have an open marriage. Newt, he hijacked his marriage. This can be compared to like a carjacker leaping into your car, knocking you over the head with a tire iron, and then saying like, you mind if I drive? No, this is not at all consensual. This is a distressed marriage where somebody started having an affair and then sort of sloppily, do you mind if I, it's not anything that is the hallmark of what I think of when I think of opening a marriage, where you have a shared vision, you communicate about it, you come to agreements, and then you act on those agreements. And there's something in it for both of you. Marianne looks pretty emotionally beat up in this video. I mean, she looks like nobody's been rubbing her feet. Nobody's been asking her like, babe, how you doing? She looks like she should have like flown to the Bahamas a long time ago. It's not a marriage. It's a marriage in distress. Nonetheless, I read in Google, and there's an article by a therapist commenting on, does open marriage work? And I have to read you this. This is from the Huffington Post. It's for a therapist named Rachel Sussman. And she says, I have worked with couples who endeavor to have an open marriage. More often than not, requesting an open marriage means that the inquiring partner is interested in having an affair or continuing on with an affair. So, do open marriages work? My answer is no. They generally don't. Open marriages are simply too tricky to navigate, and one or both parties end up getting badly burned. Okay. Rachel girl. You know, this is so I like therapists. My parents were therapists, and I'm here to talk about it. I've done therapy, done a lot of therapy. It helped me tremendously. I think there are cutting edge therapists out there who have open marriages and who would be good resources to work with. I think that Rachel Sussman's clientele and a lot of therapist clientele in couple counseling are people who are in a distressed marriage. And that's never a good time to open your marriage. If you want it to work, if you're really coming from an equal value system of wanting openness and you both get something out of that. So, you know, in answer to her statement, you know, no, open marriages don't work. They do. For some people, they do. And there's much evidence out in the world. But I think it has to be done with two people. Honestly, I think in this scenario, you're overcoming a huge betrayal, which I don't, you know, it's hard to overcome something like that. I think it can be done. I think maybe you can transform things from that difficult place, but it's a better place to start out with a conversation, learning about it, and doing it together, doing it ethically together. So those are my thoughts on why Newt Gingrich is not my role model for open marriage. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Namaste.